Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Richard Allen. I hope you guys got some sleep last night. Man, the election was absolutely crazy. Trump came out and said they won when they didn't yet. Votes are still being counted. So, but the market is reacting favorably, to say the least. So, the S&P is up 2.8% right now. The Dow is up, I believe, 2.3%. And a lot of stocks are up. So NEO is up like crazy right now, over 10%. Nano Dimensions, we talk about that a lot on this channel, unfortunately is down. Workhorse has had a crazy day. They're down 1.7% right now, but at one point they were up, I think 9%. They had a high today of $19.19, and now they're back under 18 at like $17.50 right now. So Workhorse has been going crazy today. You know, for full disclosure, I am probably sitting out this day today until we really know what's going to happen with the election. If it's longer than today or tomorrow, I'll probably get back into the market and start doing some trading. But it's a very uncertain time right now. Okay, it's tough to trade when you have no idea where the market's going to go, when you can't predict it at all. And I know some of you might think that trying to predict the market or time the bottom or time the top and all that kind of stuff is impossible. But if you pay attention to the charts and the technicals in some of these stocks, they can be pretty predictable. Predictable enough to make, you know, a 5% gain here and there. So. But I wanted to talk about the market in general today and what might happen, okay, if Trump wins, which it's looking, it's not looking promising on either end, right? So the Biden campaign is coming out and saying, look, you know, we're going to win Wisconsin and Michigan and Nevada, and boom, we have 270 electoral votes, okay? If you're watching this and you're not from the U.S., I'm sorry. Our election system is super weird. We have a popular vote, and then we have the Electoral College. It's a strange combination, and most Americans don't understand it, to be honest. But the Biden's campaign is saying, well, we're going to win, okay? All we need to do is count votes, and there's more Democrats voting early. So, hey, we're going to win. We won the election. We'll probably know by this afternoon. Trump is coming out and saying, you know, hey, I already won. And if the Democrats say they won, we're going to challenge them in court. So it could be a nasty few weeks. Back in 2000, when it was George W. Bush and Al Gore competing for the presidency, we had a contested election here, and we didn't know until early December who the president was going to be. And I would encourage you to look back at the markets on that time. The downfall with looking back on the markets on that time is that, you know, the dot-com bubble was having issues as well. So the markets were going down at that time, but it may not have been just because of that contested election. So it's tough to look at that time frame and kind of draw any conclusions on what might happen over the next couple months here in the U.S. markets. But, you know, it may be a good lesson for us to look back and see what might happen if there's a contested election. Because we have had quite the run-up since March in the election. And a lot of people think that the tech industry, similar to the dot-com bubble, is very overvalued right now. So it may be something to look at, that over the next couple months, if we do have a contested election, it could be rough in the markets. Now, you guys should know by now that I feel like when the stock market goes down, that creates buying opportunities, and we can pick up some of our favorite stocks on sale in those moments, okay? So most of you should know that I feel that way, and most of you should train yourself to think the same way, that when stocks are going down, it's not time to panic, okay? It's time to say, all right, buckle down. Let's see what our favorite stocks are. Maybe it's time for us to buy more because you still have faith in that business, okay? Like myself, one of my largest holdings right now is IPOB, okay? Now, I sold out completely of IPOB last night, okay? For a loss, I averaged down my shares quite a bit in IPOB, and you know, I had been buying. Some of you may know that I've been swing trading IPOB, open door. It's a SPAC, up and down. Okay, I sold out completely of those shares. So I said, okay, cool. That was my biggest holding at the time. I said, okay, I'm out because I had no idea what was going to happen with the election. I had no idea. Right now, the market is up today. IPOB is up 6%, and you could say that I lost out on about $400, $600, something like that. I haven't done the math yet. I've lost out on some profit, okay, in IPOB, potentially, okay, but it's gone up and down. You know, it's gone back down to, you know, 1740, 1730, 1720. You know, so it's going up and down. It's gotten as high as 1785 today. But there's so much uncertainty right now that there may be another buying opportunity with IPOB. There may be a chance for that to go down even more, back into the 15s, back into the 14s, if we have a contested election over the next couple months. So I took the risk of selling out of my position to potentially buy in cheaper. Now, if I was wrong, and it starts going up above $18 again, that would be my new entry point, because I know that there's probably going to be a $10 swing in the share price from $18 back up to 27, 28, 29, 30. A lot of people are hoping by the end of the year for IPOB. So there's still a lot of profit to be made, and the $400 to $600 loss that I took selling out of my shares yesterday is nothing compared to the thousands of dollars I can make when I buy back into my position and run it back up, right? So sometimes it's okay to take some losses in uncertain times and to be, you know, a bit more conservative in your risk tolerance, because my portfolio is actually up today. My rocket calls are doing really, really well. I think I'm up 70%. Yeah, 65% overall in my rocket options. And a lot of you have been asking me to talk about Nano Dimensions options, which I will be putting out a video talking about the strategy that you can use to sell puts if you think a stock may trade sideways for a long period of time. You could realize some profits if you just have money just sitting around in your brokerage. So that's really all I have, guys. Try to be positive, depending on who you voted for. You know, I'm trying to be unbiased on this channel. Again, I think regardless of who becomes president, worst case scenario right now is we have a contested election for the next month and a half. If we know who wins today, tomorrow, the next day, you know, some states are saying, hey, we're going to take until Thursday, Friday to count votes. There's so many of them. If we know by the end of the week who the president will be in January, that's best case scenario, okay? But there's a chance we'll know today. Regardless, I think, of who wins, we've already talked about this on this channel, that I think either way, if we know, if Biden wins, stock market goes up. If Trump wins, stock market goes up. If we have a contested election, I think the stock market will go down in the short term and then back up again in the long term. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all the support. We're trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of the week, and we're almost there. I thank you for that. And as always, if you didn't already do it, click that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.